the 2017 Mercedes-Benz C300 4MATIC sedan. Now, this is the all-new current generation of the famous C-Class sedan, and yet it is probably one of the most safest compact sport luxury cars you can buy today. I'm Jay, and welcome to this latest episode of Car Buzz Unboxing Reviews. And before I get started, I want to thank Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento for letting us come on down and film today. So yes, the C-Class. Now, I know this is one of the most popular luxury compact and mid-size sports sedans, luxury sedans on the market today, and this is actually like the 4th generation model, and it debuted back in actually just in 2015. So everything you're looking at here is literally brand new and state-of-the-art technology, and perhaps this car's strongest selling point right now is its advanced safety features. And I'll get to more of that in a few minutes, but just looking at this interior here, I gotta tell you, this is probably the best looking or design-wise interior for this car's class on the market today. Hands down, a nicer interior than that of the BMW 3 Series and the Audi A4. Now, the Audi A4 is, like I said, with all Audis, I think they have the best build quality materials, but the actual design of this C-Class is just phenomenal. And if you should check out my unboxing review of the Mercedes-AMG GT, and that, in my opinion, has the best interior for any new car on sale today, and you see so much of that styling influence in the C300 here. Now, looking at this from the exterior, and I'll go into more detail about that shortly as well, but if you compare this to the brand new S-Class, which is the flagship sedan of Mercedes, this literally looks like a miniature S-Class, and I think that's really, really great. I have no complaints about that. So this interior here, they call this a crystal gray. It's got this wood trim for an extra $275. It's just stunning. The quality of that wood is phenomenal. Again, there's nothing cheaply done here. All of that trim that is real metal. All the buttons are real metal. There are no hard or cheap plastics to speak of, and there shouldn't be in any Mercedes-Benz on sale today. You would just think it by looking at just the doors there that, yeah, this could be an E or even S-Class, looking at the door panels there. But this is not. This is the entry-level rear-wheel drive-based sedan for Mercedes. Just a phenomenal interior design. Now, this is the first Mercedes-Benz to utilize the automaker's all-new modular rear-wheel drive platform, meaning it is the same platform that's going to underpin the future E-Class, the S-Class. It's already being rolled out, and they basically, what's nice about the modular platform is that they can extend it and shorten it very, very easily, and it really does cut down on production and development costs, because developing a new car from scratch costs over $1 billion, for an example. Now, going into the rear seat here, if this looks sort of tight to you, that's because it is. And I think this is probably one of my biggest complaints about the C-Class. The rear seat, yes, it's comfortable. Yes, it's luxurious. However, it's just lacking space. And I really wish it was a little bit bigger. And if you want a bigger rear seat than what the C-Class has to offer, you're going to have to upgrade to at least the E-Class, again, assuming you still want a Mercedes-Benz. And those speakers that you see right there, that's part of the Burmester surround sound system. And from the driver's seat here, you get a better look at the dash design. It's just phenomenal. If you see the unboxing review I did of the BMW 430i, which is really just the coupe version of the 3 Series, you can get this C-Class here as a coupe as well as a cabriolet as well. The interior design of that 4 Series/3 Series, it looks kind of dated and not as refined as what you see here. And I know there is a next generation 3 and 4 series from BMW in the works, and based on what I am seeing here, BMW has very high expectations to meet, as well as looking at that Audi A4 too. So I think BMW's competitor here is definitely third in line as far as interior design. This is interesting. This is that touchpad that can control the user, the interface on the touch screen there, and as well as that rotary dial right below it. And I don't like that touchpad for several reasons. One, it's a little fidgety to work with, meaning if you're driving and you're using that touchpad to control this 8-inch screen here, you can easily slide it the wrong way and touch the wrong command. I think it's much better to use the rotary dial. Now, we've become really used to that rotary dial on the center console. It's the same type of thing you get with BMW's iDrive and Audi System 2. And I really don't know why Mercedes-Benz developed that touch screen. They have it on the new E300 as well as the AMG GT. I think it's just mainly to show off the technology that they're capable of doing, but I don't think it when they put it into practice, it's kind of annoying. Yes, it's cool, but you'll see what I mean if you ever get behind the wheel of one of these. What I did kind of like about the touchpad, technically speaking, is that it offers gestural input, including swipes, pinch zoom, tap click maneuvers, and it's just really all familiar to what you see like on a tablet. But using a tablet right on the center console is not the easiest thing. And the overall climate control system here is just exceptionally easy to use. And I really like this mix of soft touch plastics, leather, metal, and wood all on this dash. It kind of gives the car to me that sort of classic Mercedes-Benz feel. I remember Mercedes-Benz growing up as sort of being maybe more conservative for older buyers. I know Mercedes specifically, and with their AMG division, they're trying to pivot away from that older conservative appearance and trying to attract new buyers. And Mercedes, BMW, and Audi, they're all in this luxury car war in the US right now, and actually BMW has been winning it. Now, this car is also equipped with that multimedia package. It costs an extra $2,330, but again, you get an 8.4-inch touchscreen, or screen that you see there, instead of the standard 7-inch display. And you also get the command infotainment system, which that's pretty much standard on all Mercedes-Benz cars today. And I like it okay enough. I think I like BMW's latest version of iDrive, which is up to iDrive 5.0, a little bit better. I also like this. This is that panoramic sunroof. That costs an extra $1,480, but I think that's money really well spent. And of course, you get heated and cooled front seats and even heated rear seats in this particular one too. Those heated rear seats, they only cost an extra, and I was really pleasantly surprised to see this, $580. Again, I think that is a relatively fair price to ask for heated rear seats. And again, this is a luxury car. You should be getting these types of luxury features for not a lot of money more than what you're already paying for on top of the base price. So let's talk more about safety here, because Mercedes-Benz is really at the forefront of safety technology. For starters, this car has received a 5-star out of 5 stars overall U.S. government crash test rating. It comes with 9 airbags standard. This one is also equipped with a blind spot assist for an extra $550, a rear view camera for $450. It's got automatic braking from speeds up to 124 miles per hour. Surround view cameras, active park assist. Before I get back to safety here, just to interrupt, take a look at this, the driver's little computer here. I think the screen is too small. If you check out my unboxing review of the new Audi A4, this whole gauge cluster here in front of the driver is a 12.3-inch LCD screen, and it just shames what you see here in the C300, which, well, it also shames what the BMW 3 and 4 series is. So I would like to see Mercedes have something just like what you have in the Audi. The entire gauge cluster for the driver should be one big LCD screen. But back to safety here. Now, this car is also equipped with something called Collision Preventive Assist Plus, and it's really interesting. It uses radar and even a laser camera to detect an imminent crash. And as soon as a detection is done, several systems will either provide a warning to the driver about the imminent crash, or it will take action autonomously without any driver input. So right there, you are talking about the next generation of safety technology in cars. You're going to see a lot more autonomous action being taken by the cars themselves. And eventually we're going to be doing, I think, a lot more autonomous driving in general, where the cars will just be driving themselves, if not fully, definitely partially. And in case everyone or anyone wants to know, yes, I thought these front seats were exceptionally comfortable. They're very well bolstered. They provide just enough support, and I think sometimes some seats in cars of this class from German automakers, there's too much bolstering, too much support, and it can kind of hurt people's lower backs, but I didn't experience that in this car whatsoever. But yeah, the rear seat. This is probably my biggest complaint about this car. It's just too small. I don't know if that was something Mercedes-Benz really could have done anything about. I think they made it small kind of purposely to try to get people to move up to the larger and more expensive E-Class, but that's just my personal theory. But this car, as you can see here, it is not equipped with the quad zone automatic climate control. Right below those vents there in the rear of the center console would be where the automatic climate controls would be for the rear seat passengers. Okay, looking at the trunk space. Now, this is actually not quite as big as it might look. This is only 12.6 cubic feet. Again, it's a little tight. Yes, there are 60 by 40 split folding rear seats. That definitely helps, but not everyone can handle a smaller trunk. Again, you need a bigger trunk. You need bigger rear seats. There's the E-Class, there's the S-Class, but then again, on the negative side of that, they cost quite a bit more money. So how does this drive? Well, for starters, there are 4 driving modes: Comfort, Eco, Sport, and Sport Plus. My guess is most drivers will be satisfied with Comfort. Overall, this car, it drives well, and basically how a luxury sports sedan should. But when I get to the engine in a few minutes here, my problem with that is that it is a Turbo 4. I just thought it was a bit too noisy, and it's just not quite fast enough. And then there's the Intelligent Drive Package, which is interesting. It rolls up many of the headline aspects, including adaptive cruise control and steering assist, a stereo camera system that further aids lane keeping and semi-autonomous functions. Again, it's just a lot of technology packed into the C300 here. Now this engine, this is a 2-liter turbocharged inline-four with 241 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to a 7-speed automatic transmission, which in this case, it is the 4MATIC trim. 4MATIC in Mercedes-Benz speak is all-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive is standard, but for a couple $1,000s more, you can upgrade to all-wheel drive, which this car has. And yeah, a Turbo 4, 2-liter turbocharged in a Mercedes-Benz. Not everyone is happy with that, but then again, all the German automakers are doing Turbo 4s these days. It's sort of becoming the popular engine to go to. Alright, so that was the engine with 241 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque, which is, yeah, that's pretty good. Performance 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6 seconds. Top speed is electronically limited to 130 miles per hour. Fuel economy 24 miles per gallon in the city, 31 on the highway, and a combined 27. And the car weighs just around 3,600 pounds. So the fuel economy is actually not that bad. Now this exterior here, I do like this. You have this illuminated star in the emblem. That's really cool, especially at night. That costs an extra $550. These are the standard wheels, 17-inch 5-spoke wheels. You can upgrade up to 19-inch wheels if you want. Those are going to cost you a bit more money. You also have a rear spoiler on this car for $350, LED daytime running lights, ABS brakes, electronic stability control. And they call this exterior color selenite gray metallic. So let's just call it dark gray metallic, and they cost an extra $720. Now, speaking of design here, as I mentioned earlier, yeah, this C-Class here, the C300, as well as the rest of the C-Class lineup, at least the sedans, looks an awful lot like a smaller S-Class and E-Class. And yeah, I think that's a good thing. It's sleek looking, it's pretty. It's kind of the opposite of what Mercedes-Benz was doing a few years ago. They were getting to this more edgier, squared-off styling language that I was never really a fan of. And this time around, they just really smoothed out the lines really, really nicely here. And look at it from the side view. I just think this is just a great-looking car. Really short front overhang, as it should be in a rear-wheel drive base sedan. Now, the other trims you can get, the C300 is the base trim with standard rear-wheel drive. You can get the C300 4MATIC, which is this one with all-wheel drive. Then there's the AMG C43, AMG C63, and the AMG 63S. Now, what those are, the AMG models, those are the more high-performance ones. And with the AMG C43, it comes with a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 with 362 horsepower. And then there's the AMG C63 with its 4-liter twin-turbo V8 with, get this, 503 horsepower. Now, that car competes directly against the likes of the BMW M3 and the M4. Again, you can get the C-Class as a coupe as well. And even in coupe form, this car looks fantastic, and I hope to do unboxing review of that in the very near future. So let's talk pricing. Now, the base price of a new C300 is $41,500. Now, our tester here with all the options plus $925 destination fee, grand total $51,340. That's actually not bad. That's priced exactly right for this segment. And speaking of the segment, what is the rest of the competition? Well, as I already mentioned, you have the Audi A4, BMW 3 Series. There's also the Jaguar XE. I did an unboxing review of that as well. You should check that out. There's the Infiniti Q50 and, of course, the Cadillac ATS. So, yeah, the luxury compact sports sedan market is crowded, and all those automakers are trying to get a share of the pie. So what do I like about this overall? Well, I just think it's a fantastic design inside and out. I do like the way it drives, even though I think that 2-liter Turbo 4 is maybe a little sluggish, but and maybe a little too noisy. But the ride itself is very smooth, and because it is rear-wheel drive based, you get a more sporty feel. Now, what don't I like? Well, just like with any German car, the options make this get expensive very, very fast. For $50,000, this one is actually very modestly equipped. It can really peak to levels that are almost E-Class prices. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, I think the rear seat is just too small in this. I don't know. I think it's a kind of a mistake on Mercedes-Benz's part. They could have made it a couple inches longer for at least more leg room, but we'll see what happens if they can manage to do something to improve it and a refresh that should probably come in the next couple of years. But I'm out of time for today. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have any more questions for me, just leave them in the comment section below. And any suggestions for future unboxing reviews, also leave those in the comment section. And I hope to see you on my next unboxing review. So thanks for watching.